This is CFD Fine Jewelry, and I started about a year ago. Being in Berlin, so close to Ocean City, it's the perfect place for inspiration. I have a forest on one side of me and the ocean on the other side. So I've got like the moss and the lichen that really inspires me, and just the different shapes that you can find in nature. And then walking along the beach, the crazy stuff that you find with barnacles attached to it. I mean, it's really like the perfect place to live and create. I was an art major. I got my BFA in graphic design, but I had to take many sculpting classes, and a lot of the classes you make your piece out of wax first, and then you cover it in plaster, and then you cast metal, bronze. So it's usually, I see it on a larger scale. I just never thought about it for jewelry. I'm always doing research, studying up on jewelry, seeing what the trends are with jewelry. And once I saw a couple designers show their behind the scenes, they showed a couple plastic looking pieces, and then they would show the after with all the gold, and that was fascinating to me. So that was just like a wormhole that I jumped into. I learned as much as I could about wax. That's my favorite thing to do, is to come into the studio and sit down and make a new wax piece. The wax that I use is a really hard wax. It's almost like plastic. So I can sit and I can use files, which are my favorite, so I can reduce the shape into the shape that I want. So that's how I was able to come up with the coastline shape, and the bone shape was by melting pieces of the wax and attaching it. I love gold. I love yellow gold. 14 karat just has this warm feeling to it. It's just sort of reflects the light nicely, looks good on the skin. That's my weak spot, is 14 karat. But I do a lot of stuff with sterling silver too. That is where I sort of have my playground. I'm able to create a bunch of pieces. I like to play around in the silver, and then once I come up with something I really like, that's when it becomes gold. Last year was like my first collection, and things were really busy. I was selling a lot, so I basically spent the entire year just fulfilling orders and making sure there was enough on the shelf and enough when I went to different festivals and sold stuff. And then I'm trying to get into a few more stores. I'm gonna travel a lot. But this year is the year that I get to make new. I haven't been able to make new items for a while, so there are a few. I'm continuing along with the coastline collection, making a few modifications that you'll see soon. I'm working a lot with stones, so I'm excited to incorporate a lot of stones into jewelry these days. There are going to be a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces too.